B2B service firms. We will generate you 15 to 25 qualified sales calls for your firm every single month, and you only pay on results. How do we do this? Well, with our proprietary cold email system and LinkedIn system that has already generated over $5 million in revenue for our clients. Okay? So if you are a B2B service firm, a B2B freight brokerage or a fractional CFO or a private lender or a staffing agency, if that is you, please focus because this can be the video that changes everything in your business. Okay? Let's dive in. All right. So first, what will we cover in this video? We'll talk about the perfect fit industries for this. We'll summarize how this solution works. We'll talk about the expected ROI and results from this. I'll cover the exact process of how the pieces connect. Then we'll dive into precisely what our agency provides for you. And then lastly, I'll answer some commonly asked questions. Okay? So before we get to all of that, how do we know that this actually works? Well, number one, our very first client has been with us for over 6 years now. In that time, we've generated over $5.4 million in revenue for them, 17,000 sales calls, and 4,000 booked in-person demos. And I'll show you the exact video of that and the proof in a second, but this is just a snapshot, okay? That's number one. Number two, our mentor, Daniel Fazio, he taught us this exact system and he launched it for his own company, ListKit. You can look it up online, ListKit. And in their first 90 days, they pulled in over $108,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That is what they achieved. $108,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 90 days. Okay. Number three, aside from my evidence, my mentor's evidence, and all of our clients' evidence, this has been repeated in so many industries over the years, and it's been proven to work in almost every industry known to man. Okay? So that's the snapshot. And again, I'll show you the exact pictures and evidence of all of this in a minute, but I just want you to understand this at a high level first and foremost. All right, let's continue. So who is this perfect for? Fractional executives, fractional CFOs, staffing agencies, recruiters, B2B SaaS agencies, private lenders, B2B freight brokerages. I mean, they get so many loads. Marketing agencies. If you are a B2B service firm of some sort and you close deals through sales appointments, this is probably going to be an amazing fit for you. Okay? So what exactly is the system? Well, we use a mix of a couple different lead generation mechanisms, okay? So part one is daily email outreach. So at the start of our campaign, we set up 30,000 emails to be sent out on your behalf every single month to your perfect ICP, okay? So this means that every single day we are contacting 1,000 decision makers in your ICP to their personal emails, not these info at whatever.com. No, Alex at .com, Bob at businessowner.com. We get them at their personal inboxes and we provide real value in these messages so that they have no choice but to book a call with you. Okay, so that's part one. Part two, targeted LinkedIn engagement. We also send out 30 messages every single day to your exact ICP on LinkedIn. Part three, from those two sources, the 30,000 messages a month on cold email and the 30 messages a day on LinkedIn, they are booking calls with you. But before those calls, we qualify them for you. How do we do that? Well, number one, we build a website for you, a landing page that has a video of exactly what you offer, who you are, and who should work with you. This way, they come onto that call knowing exactly who you are, what your value is, and having this strong desire to work with you. Okay? But on top of that, before that call, we also have a pre-filtering call form so that you can tell us what you want from your ideal prospects. And if they don't fit that, then they can't book a call. Okay? So this way, again, you're having all of these people filtering through the email and through the LinkedIn. but we only want to give on your calendar the best of the best. And from that, you're getting 15 to 25 booked sales appointments every single month, all done for you. We handle the messages, the outreach, booking the calls, filtering the calls, everything. Okay? And later on we can add in ad funnels and everything else and put you in front of thousands of people every single day at scale. But first we start with LinkedIn and email. Okay? And again, no spam, only hyper personalized messages that provide value. It's all done for you, and you only pay for results. So there's literally zero risk. All right, let's dive deeper. So the issue that most B2B service firms run into is that they're just stuck in referral roulette. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, most B2B service firms, they have inconsistent leads. They rely on word of mouth and referrals and all these things that are great, but that aren't scalable, that aren't consistent. And so because of that, they have these feast or famine cycles where they're getting so many deals one month, and the next they're just like, whoa, like where's the next guy at? Like who's gonna pay me? And so how we need to fix this is with a systematic approach, a scalable approach that can consistently get you booked appointments with your ideal clients. So there's four main mechanisms for attracting eyeballs when it comes to growing your business. You can do content marketing, so that's YouTube, LinkedIn posting, Instagram reels. That's putting out content, showing your expertise. You can do paid ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, et cetera, but that can be quite expensive. There's referrals and networking. This is great, but it's not scalable. And so what that leaves us with is only outbound, directly finding your ideal prospects exactly where they are, providing value, and hooking them in. That is what we do at scale. And so that's our solution. We build a high performance outbound system that is designed and consistently fulfills on generating 15 to 25 qualified sales calls for you every single month with the key decision makers who fit your perfect ICP. And the end result is that you wake up every day to book calls. Okay. So here's one of the results. This is from Daniel Fazio. He's the guy who taught us the system. And in essence, what they did is that they sent out 400,000 emails. From that, they booked 680 sales appointments. And they achieved $109,000 in monthly recurring revenue from that outreach. And again, that was only in 90 days. And that was only with cold email. We are also adding in LinkedIn outreach, and we're also adding in manual outreach. These results were only with cold email. Okay, let's move on. Number 2, my clients. This is my client, Jess. Again, they generated over $5 million in revenue over the past 6 years. He texted me a few days ago and he was like, Alan, it's been so many calls this month, 7 today alone. And I'll show you, this is our call dashboard for him. So this basically shows all of the, this shows all of our calls with him since we started our campaign. It's been 6 years now. I'll go to the very last page. 6 years. This is 2020, September 9th, 2020. 5.5 years, 6 years. We started in 2019, but we had a different call manager back then. 6 years, May of 2019. But anyways, 17,000 calls in that time. 17,000 sales calls in that time. And again, for him, each new client is worth between $25,000 to $100,000. 17,000 opportunities. And again, yes, some of those are repeat callers, whatever it may be. But if even a small portion of those aren't repeat callers, it's a lot of money. Okay, so that's my point. So On this side, I have some calls that we booked for my own agency. We've generated over $500,000 by using this. This is through LinkedIn. This guy, he closed for 100K deal. An amazing guy, amazing client. This guy, I'm interested. Let's book a call. This guy sent me his number. I'm interested. This guy sent me his number. This guy, let's go play golf. It works, okay? And again, these are all real business owners, not random Joe Schmo from down the street. No, only business owners who are ready to take action, okay? So the question is, how much are you leaving on the table? Because for a fractional executive, fractional CFO, if you close 2 more clients at 50K a year, 3 to 10K a month, well, that is 100K from just 2 clients. 2 clients. Recruiters, if you get a couple more placements, that could easily result in 200K. Private lenders, if you put out a couple more loans, that could lead to so much new revenue on your bottom line. And so the difference between you and the people who are absolutely scaling their B2B service firms is not that they're smarter than you, not that they're better than you, not that they have more resources than you. No, it's simply this: a predictable system for consistently booking qualified prospects onto your calendar. That's the only difference. And so to illustrate this, I have a calculator that we built. So again, we're going to send out 30,000 emails on your behalf every single month to your perfect ICP. Now, typically, about 1% of people who receive those messages respond. So typically this positive response rate is about 1%. But we're going to be extremely conservative and only say that it's going to be 1/10 of that. So out of every 1,000 emails, not 1 out of 100, but 1 out of 1,000 people who we send a message to responds positively. Okay? So from there, out of those positive responses, only 30% book a call. Again, typically this is between 30 to 50%, but we'll just say 30. And out of that, we will say that only 75% of them show up to the call. And again, we have an entire pre-call email sequence that's sent out to them and reminders to get them onto these calls. But let's just say only 75%. And of those calls, let's say a close rate of only 10%, very conservatively. Typical deal value, 25,000. That's fair for B2B service firms. So with that, in just month 1, from only cold email, that is 9 booked calls, 7 calls that are actually held, 1 closed deal, and $25,000 in new revenue for you. 25,000, month 1. And if we are a bit more realistic and we say this is actually 0.25% response rate, well, that's 50,000 in new revenue for you. If your close rate is 15%, that's 75,000 in new revenue. Okay? And this is only from the cold email side. This doesn't touch on the LinkedIn side. And if LinkedIn is 900 connection requests sent a month, 40% connection acceptance rate, 50% response rate, 50% book call rate, 70% show up rate, that's $40,000 in revenue right there. So between these, that's already over $100,000 in revenue from a very simple start, from a very simple seed being planted. That's how this works. So let's talk about what the system actually is. So this is the high level, but let's dive a little bit deeper and dive into a little bit of depth here. So phase 1, this is between days 0 to day 3. So we start off by getting very specific on exactly who you are, what your market positioning is, and who your ideal client is. Okay. So we have a 1-hour call together where we dive into what you offer, who you want to attract, who you don't want to attract, who your perfect best customers and clients were in the past. In that way, we can get a very clear profile, very clear data on exactly who we need to build this this entire campaign for and attract hundreds and thousands more of your ideal perfect clients from the past. It's really just retargeting your ideal clients from the past at scale. That's what this is. So phase two, once we have that clarity on exactly who you are and what your message is and who you want to attract, we build out your list. Okay, so we start off by setting up 30 by extracting 30,000 emails of the key decision makers at who fit into your ICP. Okay, so we use LinkedIn Sales Nav, we use Apollo, we use ZoomInfo, we use ListKit. From there, we set up 15 different email domains so that we can actually be able to send out 30,000 emails at scale without landing in the spam inbox. Because most agencies who do this, they just send out all these spammy emails and they just get blocked and their emails get blacklisted and they don't land in the primary inbox, and so it all goes to waste. Every single email we send lands up in their primary inbox and they actually see it. Okay? We have set up the SPF, DKIM, DMARC record so that this actually doesn't get flagged as spam. We set up the email accounts. We warm up the email accounts. We set up the CRM. We set up the VSL videos. It's a lot of work, okay? From there, phase three, days 5 to 10. We get very clear on your offer. And the issue is that most businesses don't really have an offer. And this works when you only get referrals and word of mouth. But if you want to be able to attract attention of cold audiences, we have to get very clear on your offer. So we will build this for you. We will get that crystal clarity on exactly what offer will attract people in your ICP, and we will replicate that at scale in our outreach messages. We'll build the lead magnets. We'll build the case studies. We'll build everything so that when you launch this, people are just magnetized to it. And we'll also build out your VSL and your landing page so that after people receive these messages from us, they can just go to your landing page to learn more about you and what you offer. Now, all you do here is we'll script the VSL for you. You just spend 20 minutes recording that VSL video so that we can host it on the landing page. And we'll edit it for you. We'll do everything for you. All you do is record it. We script it for you. We do everything. Part 4. So we set up 10 different message sequences, A/B test them. And this way, over time, when this message performs better, we can double down on that. So basically, we just set up a very data-driven approach, and we iterate carefully over time so that we can attack more effectively on what works and cut out what doesn't. Step 5, we launch the campaign. Step 6, we add in personalized human outreach. Step 7, we optimize. Step 8, we scale and we expand. We add in ads. We add in so much, okay? I don't want to bore you, but this is the high level of how the process works. Now, what do you get? Literally everything we just talked about is just handed over to you. All you need to do is handle sales calls. That's really it. Now, you also spend 20 minutes recording the video for us, and we edit it for you. And that way people can come to your calls already informed. And you also have an initial 1-hour call with us so that we can understand your brand voice and who you want to attract. But really, long term, all you do is handle sales calls. Just collect money. That's all you really do. Collect the revenue, close the deals. And the bottom line is that you never need an SDR ever again. So in terms of specific deliverables, we provide the fully done for you lead generation system, optimized LinkedIn profile, scripted and edited landing page and virtual sales letter video, 30,000 personalized, hyper-targeted messages to your perfect ICP every month, proprietary pre-call filtering process to ensure you only talk with top-tier fits, our follow-up email sequence before the call and after the call so that if you don't close a deal, they stay warm and eventually convert, our strategy map, our exact lead magnets, our value offers, 30,000 triple verified decision maker emails each month so you never end up in spam, hyper-personalized manual outreach, ongoing A/B testing. It's a very wide scope here. This isn't some throw things at the wall and see what sticks campaign. No, this is a hyper targeted, hyper researched, and data driven approach. And so, what makes this different is, again, hyper targeted lists. We don't use generic emails. We don't use info@yahoo.com. We don't use admin@cms.com. No, we are hitting the decision makers at their personal inboxes. Number two is we provide value, not pitches. This is what makes the difference between having a 1% response rate and a 5% response rate. Providing value and not just pitching. Number three, it is completely done for you. Number four, you only pay for results. Number five, there's no risk. All right. So again, if this all sounds at least somewhat interesting to you and you would prefer to grow your business as opposed to just staying in the same position for another year, well, I would love to have a chat with you. Me personally, not a salesperson. I won't bite you, I promise. So down below this video, you can click on my calendar and book a call with me personally, and we'll spend 15 minutes just diving deep into exactly what your business is, what your goals are, and I'll tell you straight. Either we can help you or we can't. But frankly, most often we can. But if we can't, I'll be honest, I'll tell you. Okay? Because again, we have nothing to lose. We have nothing to gain by selling you because we only get paid on results. Okay? Now, common questions. How many calls can I expect? Between 15 to 25 calls per month. How personalized is the outreach? Extremely, okay? So there's two different parts. There's the scaled campaign to 30,000 decision makers, and then we also add on personal touches to 100 handpicked accounts every single month. But it's very personalized. What makes this better than other lead gen agencies? Well, deep offer positioning. It's very tailored and data driven to exactly what your ICP wants and what you offer. In that way, the sales calls are actually, they're just perfectly aligned. They're frictionless. We build out the virtual sales letter video for you and the landing page. You just record it, but we edit it, we script it, we do everything. We have advanced A/B testing. We have these personalized face-to-face-esque messages. The difference is quality. Anybody can just throw out some emails at the wall and hope that it sticks. We guarantee results, and that's what sets us apart. Okay, we're your virtual door knockers, essentially. Will this damage my reputation or brand? No, absolutely not. Every touch point is personalized, human sounding, and credibility driven. We don't use spammy templates, and you approve the messaging before the launch. Who writes the messages and does the positioning? We do. How long before you start seeing results? 2 to 3 weeks. Do we know your industry? Yes, but not as well as you do. And this is the magic. If you brought on some lead gen agency that only knew your industry, that only specialized in your industry, you would sound like everybody else and you would get ignored. What sets us apart is that we have the combined experience from millions of emails that we've sent out, and then we bring in our creative touch, we combine that with your industry knowledge, and we build this new approach that hasn't been seen by your market before that just feels new and gets attention and gets calls booked. That's the magic. Okay? And how are leads qualified? Well, before any call, they fill out a form to ensure they're up to your standards. Okay? So again, I'm not going to bore you more, but the frank truth is that we can't handle many more clients. We already have 4 clients, and we don't want to make this into some huge, just chunky, overgrown agency. We keep things small, tight. It's a family for us. And so we only want 6 to 10 clients at our cap. We can't handle much more. And when we get that, we will stop. So if you are intrigued by this and you want to grow your B2B service firm, book a call down below. We'll set aside 20 minutes to chat, and we'll talk about how we can grow this together. Okay? See you on the other side. Cheers.